In the past, influencer marketing relied on celebrity endorsements to sway consumers. However, a recent study shows only 3% of people are influenced by celebrities to buy products. In today's video on influencer insanity, we explores why influencer marketing might be losing its touch and what brands can do to adapt. It dives into the rise of customer communities built on shared values, and how brands can find success by engaging with these tribes in a more authentic way. Why influencer marketing is losing its charm. Social media platforms were once hailed as hubs for connection and shared experiences. Now, however, many users feel bombarded by inauthentic marketing tactics, particularly from influencers. Gone are the days of relatable content and genuine recommendations. Today's feeds are flooded with sponsored posts and picture-perfect portrayals that often feel disingenuous. This shift has led to a growing distrust of influencer marketing, with users becoming increasingly skeptical of the messages they see online. Consumers crave authenticity, and when that's missing, they're more likely to switch off and seek out alternative sources of information. Millennial and Gen Z. In recent years, there's been a noticeable shift in the social media landscape, driven largely by millennials and Gen Z. These younger generations are moving away from traditional influencers in favor of more authentic and meaningful engagement. Gone are the days when generic cookie-cutter posts featuring celebrities posing with teeth-whitening kits, boutique clothing, or appetite-suppressing lollipops would suffice. Instead, today's social media users are craving real, unstaged content. A prime example of this shift is the backlash against Kim Kardashian's controversial promotion of an appetite-suppressant lollipop, which many criticized as inauthentic and harmful. Social media users, particularly younger ones, are increasingly demanding content that feels genuine and relatable. They want to connect with real stories and real people, rather than polished and often misleading portrayals. This trend towards authenticity is also reflected in the fascination with stories like that of Instagram travel and lifestyle influencer Caroline Calloway and her ghostwriter Natalie Beach. The reveal of their behind-the-scenes relationship captivated many, as it peeled back the layers of the carefully curated online persona to show the reality underneath. The demand for authenticity is more than just a trend. It's a significant shift in how brands and influencers must approach their audience. Millennials and Gen Z want transparency and honesty. They are interested in the real people behind the captions and the genuine stories that unfold beyond the perfect photos. This push for authenticity is reshaping the way content is created and consumed, with a clear preference for engagement that feels honest and meaningful. The decline of cliché influencer content. Alongside the growing demand for authentic engagement, social media users are increasingly turning away from stereotypical influencer content. This shift is largely driven by user fatigue with the repetitive and cliché posts that have come to dominate platforms like Instagram. Daily, social media feeds are flooded with influencers promoting products in highly predictable and overly polished ways. Whether it's a yoga mat advertised with a sunrise beach pose, a meticulously framed shot of avocado toast, or an impeccably perfect gym selfie, the content often feels stale and uninspired. This growing discontent is not an isolated phenomenon. A significant 47% of consumers report feeling fatigued by the repetitive nature of influencer content. This widespread frustration has even given rise to parody accounts such as InstaRepeat, which humorously highlight the sameness prevalent in much of Instagram's content. As a result, many users are seeking out more genuine and diverse content. This dissatisfaction with the traditional influencer aesthetic has paved the way for a new generation of influencers who prioritize authenticity and relatability. Figures like Emma Chamberlain and Joanna Sedia have gained immense popularity by breaking away from the polished norm. They engage their audiences with unique, often quirky content that feels refreshingly real and spontaneous. These new influencers are not afraid to be themselves, even if it means showing their dorky or imperfect sides. This approach resonates deeply with followers who crave genuine connections and honest portrayals. The success of these content creators underscores a broader trend in social media: the movement towards authenticity over perfection. For brands and influencers, the takeaway is clear: to remain relevant and engaging, It's essential to move beyond the cliches and embrace a more relatable approach. As the demand for real, unstaged content continues to grow, those who can deliver genuine experiences and foster true connections will thrive in the evolving digital landscape. Shifting focus. One significant trend driving the shift away from traditional online influencers is the over-reliance on big names. While mega celebrities like Kim Kardashian have immense reach, there's a limit to how effective their endorsements can be. Audiences quickly tire of constant paid sponsorships, and the oversaturation can lead to diminishing returns for major brands relying on these partnerships. The problem with mega influencers is that their vast audiences can dilute the impact of their endorsements. When every other post is a paid promotion, followers start to question the authenticity and value of the content. This saturation effect means that brands partnering with well-known faces may not achieve the desired engagement or loyalty from their target audience. Marketing expert Seth Godin suggests an alternative approach. Instead of chasing the largest possible audience, brands should focus on building meaningful communities around smaller, more engaged audiences. This strategy leverages the power of niche markets and fosters genuine connections. By targeting smaller, specific groups, brands can create deeper and more authentic relationships with their consumers. This approach is evident in the rise of micro-influencers, content creators with smaller but highly dedicated followings. Micro-influencers often have more personal interactions with their audience, resulting in higher engagement rates and more trust. Their recommendations feel more genuine and relatable, which resonates better with followers. Brands embracing this shift are seeing the benefits of engaging with micro-influencers. These partnerships often lead to more organic and authentic content, which in turn drives higher engagement and loyalty. Navigating authenticity. A troubling trend in social media is the appropriation of social causes for commercial gain. Influencers and brands often feign dedication to important issues to boost their online presence. Instances like the Kony 2012 movement's slacktivism and greenwashing by companies such as DuPont and ExxonMobil erode trust in social media. This misuse of genuine causes leads to cynicism among consumers. As traditional influencer marketing loses its appeal, brands must shift their strategies. To engage audiences authentically, brands should genuinely support causes, prioritize transparency, and foster real connections with their followers, ensuring their efforts are sincere and impactful. So, is influencer marketing dead? Not necessarily, but it's definitely evolving. What are your thoughts on the future of influencer marketing? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more marketing insights.